Hi, this is Michelle Leivan, and I'm down here with my Encounters Alla Prima project, and I'm with Susan Rose, an artist from Manhattan, who is coming down here to drop off some paintings at Yeldar, and she's going to talk to us about her inspiration with her artwork.
For me, the most exciting part of the day is in the morning. Just watching the sun come up and the atmosphere, especially those hazy mornings when you know it's going to be a really steaming day later on, but right now there's some good atmosphere, and so the sunlight is bouncing and reflecting and doing fun things across the landscape. I live in the Flint Hills, away from man-made things for the most part, a few houses here and there, and so I'm very blessed to just see God's handiwork there, and just creation, nature at its best in that morning light. And then usually that's on my way to work in the morning, and that's my favorite time of year actually, is when I'm leaving for work in the morning and able to see the sunrise as I leave home and head for Manhattan. And so sometimes I have to leave home early. The drive normally takes me a half hour, but I can give myself an hour sometimes, just because I like to drive so slow, and I always have my camera on my lap, and I'm just waiting for something specific to grab my attention as I make that trek towards the blacktop. And the road is just lined with birds, and I get to know the birds, and they kind of get to know me, so that they know I'm not one of the people that come screaming by. I drive slow, and I'll have my windows down, and I'll be waiting for them to trust me enough that I can just stop my car and they'll fly and land near it, and then I'll get my camera and my zoom lens out and try to get a portrait of the bird in the local landscape. And that's really exciting, because not just for the beauty of it, but I like connecting with the wildlife that way, and that, you know, maybe it goes back to that fairy tale world with was it Snow White, or the one that was in the forest? Oh, yeah. With all the birds, you know, yes. All the birds singing around their heads. I guess in my little fantasy, that's yeah. You know, what I imagine as I, you know, whether it's sitting in my back patio with I have like 9 bird feeders around, and the same thing, the birds kind of, they don't care that I'm sitting right there, and they'll come and land and fly around me as I'm filling the bird feeders out. That is just an exciting time for me to see in the morning, and is my caffeine. I don't need coffee, because that just really invigorates me. Sometimes it's a bummer to have to go to work, because I just want to go and paint. Yeah. But now I've got to spend, you know, next 9 hours earning a paycheck, and be able to come home in the evening and review my pictures and decide what I want to work on. On the spiritual aspect, my worship with God is intensified during that time. It seems to come very natural to be just like, wow, thank you that I can see this. Right. And not just see it, but appreciate it, because, you know, all the other people that drive by the same scene and never see it. And that's what I hope to capture in my paintings, to cause people to give pause next time they see something and go, oh, I never noticed that until you pointed out to me in a painting. I've been fortunate that a few people have told me that they have become more aware of the small things in nature because of my relationship with them, and either talking about things or seeing my artwork. I'm not one person that, I don't want to paint a scene. If I have a flower in something, or an animal, bird, whatever it is, it's just not a creature. I need to know what it is. I take the time. If I don't know what the species is, I will look it up. I'll read and do some fact finding, because that's part of, to me, knowing the subject. I guess similar to what you're doing with the storytelling. I want to know. I want to know what I'm painting.
Yeah, the birds can't tell you.
Yeah, which is why I think it's really cool. I have some work coming up in the Flint Hills Discovery Center this fall, and that's, you know, that will be neat, because that's right along you know, people are going there to learn about the Flint Hills and nature, and so to have my work as part of that show will be really, that's really, I was really excited about that opportunity.